It's time to pick our TBR. We're picking May TBR. I was going back and forth on what way I wanted to pick my TBR this month, and I feel like I did not get use of last month's books. So we're doing TBR, which hand picks my TBR. We're doing prompts again, okay? I only read one book off of my TBR last month. And that was not even a book I chose from here. It was my book club pick. So we're doing this again and hopefully crossing our fingers. Same thing applies. This month we're picking 6 books. And I have one book that I've already chosen because it's my book club pick. We'll talk about that in a minute. I'm picking 6 prompts though. We're hoping for the best. Can we also believe it's May? Can we also believe it's May? Like, it's literally May 1st. Can we believe that? Because I can. Because I cannot. Because next month is literally my birthday. And I'm terrified actually. Because I turned 23. Okay, book club picked Butcher and Blackbird by Bren Weaver. I almost read this last month. And I really wanted to. I decided to wait, and then book club chose it. So we're reading this month, and I will be reading it again because it's book club and because I'm so excited to read it. I've heard this is compared to the Mindfuck series by S.T. Abbey, which I absolutely love that. That's one of my favorites. Compared in a similar vibe or a feeling, I'm gonna eat this up. Oh, they kill other serial killers? What? 2 serial killers that have a game of killing other serial killers. Okay. Now we get to pick 6. We know how this goes. All right. Oh, I dropped one, but we're going with this one because I have it. This one is the first book that is on my For You page. So I'm going to scroll on TikTok. First book that pops up is what I'm going to put on my TBR. I'm going to scroll on my For You page and scroll until I find a book, I guess. Oh. All right. So the first book that actually pops up is Powerful by Lauren Roberts, which is the novella to her Powerless. I haven't read Powerless. So should I put Powerless on here? I'm thinking I put Powerless because Powerful is what's popping up. And the first book that popped up on my For You page was Powerful by Lauren Roberts, which is the novella to Powerless. But I have not read Powerless yet. I did actually try reading it a couple of days ago and I got the first like 3 chapters and then I put it down. So we can try again. There was a plague and it gave these people powers basically. Like if you're strong, now you're stronger. If you were fast, now you're faster. So there's elites. Hayden, who is the female main character, does not have powers. She pretends to be an elite. She pretends to be a psychic. She's going to compete in these trials with other elites, but again, she has no powers, so she's got to fake it till she makes it. That's kind of what I gathered from the first couple of chapters. It's a fantasy book. I know a lot of people love it. First official book is Powerless by Lauren Roberts. Right. I got one. This is an author you have never read before. We're gonna go through my shelves and pick up an author I haven't read before, which there are plenty. So let's see. Alrighty. An author I have not read before would be about Capra. This is Collide. This is the first book in Off the Ice series. I'm pretty sure this is also a debut novel. I've had this book on my shelf for a couple months now, and I'm really excited to read it because it's a hockey romance. I'm pretty sure it's college sports. It seems as they're put into a project together of some sort, a research project. She is uptight and wants to get things done, and he doesn't care about anything and doesn't want to be there. They also seem to provoke each other a lot. They go back and forth. Cover is what really brings me in. It's just so gorgeous. Gorgeous. I love this cover. I love the art on it. To the girls who love hockey, especially when it's written in ink. Yes, this is gonna be from my author that I've never read before, and I'm excited to jump into this book. I did not do a great job explaining that book because I'm actually a little bit confused on what it's about. Because I thought it was like a tutor book. I thought it was tutoring, that he needed tutoring, but I would be wrong. It's not about that, so. Look at me, being a booktuber that can't explain books. Next one! This one. This one says lowest rated book on my TBR. I'm pretty sure I had the highest rated book on my TBR for my last month. I'm like pretty positive that was one of my prompts last month. Okay, we're on my Goodreads. Let's go to my physical TBR shelf and reverse the average rating. Oh, honestly, this is a book I put off all the time. My lowest rated book on my TBR with a 3.3 average is Love in the Time of Serial Killers by Alicia Thompson. I put this on my TBR a couple of times and I've never actually read it. Phoebe, the main character, is obsessed with true crime. She has to go back home for a reason, and while she's home, she is convincing herself that her neighbor is a serial killer. And then I guess she realizes that he's not a serial killer. He's actually such a super nice guy. And that's kind of all it says on the back, is that she goes home, she thinks her neighbor's a serial killer and that maybe he's not. Can true love survive her true crime obsession? Oh, I was so confused for a second. I got this from my best friend. She sent this to me in a box and I don't remember seeing this. Or maybe I just don't remember. But she wrote me a little like library card and it says, nosy neighbor, small town, when he's a 10 but could be a serial killer, an English major obsessed with true crime. That's so cute, and I'm using this as a bookmark. This is our next book. We have 3 more to pick from. I got one. This one is a book that has been on my TBR for a year. You can't even see, whatever, a book that I've owned for over a year. Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I got it not super long after it was published and I still have not read it. I've read 2 of her books, Beach Read and Happy Place, and I feel like I didn't connect with those characters. I know people love this book, and it's not like those books were bad or anything. I just didn't feel like I had a super great connection with them. But anyways, before I dig myself in a hole for everybody who absolutely loves Emily Henry, this looks like an enemies, like a rivals enemies to lover kind of book. You have Nora, who is a literary agent and she's obsessed with books. She's a really good literary agent. She has a little sister that she absolutely adores, but she's quite cutthroat, it seems. She goes on a trip and she's having fun. She's doing this, she's doing that, but then she keeps running into this man. His name is Charlie. She keeps running into Charlie and she thinks it would be such a super cute meet cute, except for she's met this man and she doesn't like this man. He is an editor, so they kind of have like the same, they're in the same world. That's what I'm gathering from this book. It seems as I'm picking books on my TBR that I have no clue what they're about. Literally not a single idea what some of these books are about. But that's what I'm getting from this. Rivals to Lovers. I know that people absolutely love this book. 2 more, everybody, 2 more. What are they gonna be? Are we gonna read these books? Are we gonna read these books? Let's see. This one is a book you started but never finished. A book I started but never finished. This is going back on my TBR. It is Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater. I put this on my TBR last month because the month before that, which was March, I read 34 pages of the book and then put it right back down because it just was, I was in a slump in March. So this wasn't the book for me. But I'm gonna try and pick it back up again. It was on my TBR last month. I didn't even look at it. So we'll try again this month. Theodora was cursed by a fairy and she got half her soul taken. So she has no embarrassment. She's got no fear. She kind of just says what's on her mind without thinking about it. She knows that she has this issue with like not being embarrassed and not having fears, that she's trying her best to be this sensible wallflower, as they say. And then she has a run-in with this man. His name is Elias. He's an ill-mannered Lord Sorcerer and he ends up discovering about half her soul. So that's gonna be interesting. Honestly, I would love to pick this book up. I've just had a hard time, and I think it's just me. I think it's just me. I think it's a me problem. One more book. Okay, this one is published in the current month. So a new release. I know exactly what I'm picking. I know exactly what I'm picking. I've been actually waiting for this book and I didn't realize it was coming out this month. I've never read the Never King series. It's basically a Peter Pan retelling. It's a dark Peter Pan retelling. Every year on a Darling's birthday, which is Wendy Darling, it's like her line of family. Every year on their 18th birthday, they go missing because Pan takes them. Peter Pan and the Lost Boys end up taking all the Darlings on their birthday for a reason that you find out in the book. Sometimes they come home the same day, sometimes it takes a while for them to come home. They usually end up going back home. But in this story, Hook was never the villain. It's a series. They're all pretty short books. I think they're like around 150 pages each, maybe a little bit longer, maybe a little bit shorter. They're all quite short. In the last book, we were teased for another book that could be coming out, and it actually comes out this month. It's called Devourer of Men, and it's about Captain Hook, Crocodile, and Wendy Darling. And I'm really excited. It's definitely like a dark romance. I will not tell you the synopsis of this book because it's the entire like end of the other book. So I'm not going to tell you what it's about, but Devourer of Men is coming out and I'm super excited, and I didn't realize it was actually coming out this month. That'll be my next pick and my last pick. Alrighty, so my May TBR is looking like Butcher and Blackbird, which is my book club pick of the month. Then we had a book that I saw on my For You page, which was Powerful, but I don't own that. Also the novella after the first book, so we chose Powerless by Lauren Roberts. Then an author that I've never read before is Val Capra, which I'm super excited for. The lowest rated book on my TBR, Love in the Time of Serial Killers by Alicia Thompson. I have a book that's been on my TBR for more than a year, which is Book Lovers by Emily Henry. Finishing a book that I've started, which is Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater. And then finally, we have a book that comes out this month, which is Devourer of Men by Nikki St. Crow. And that's a book that will be read. Well, that's the prompt jar picking my TBR for May. Hopefully, I'll actually read my books this month because, like I said, didn't do a great job last month. I didn't do a great job, but that's okay. I'm thinking next month we don't do the prompt jar, we do something different. If you have any ideas, let me know. I have a couple ideas, but next month for June, it'll also be my birthday month. So if you have any ideas, let me know. Let me know a book that you're excited for on your TBR this month. Other than that, hopefully we'll see you next time. Bye!